let us talk about the big 5 controls, the essential tools that shape your echo image in every scan. These are your core rescue kit. First, we have depth. This control allows you to frame the heart properly. Too deep and everything shrinks. Too shallow and you lose key anatomy. Set it just right. Your heart should fill the screen without being cut off. Next, we have gain. Think of this as your image brightness dial. Increase it to reveal structures, decrease it to reduce noise. But too much gain can create confusion and hide pathology, and too little gain and you miss anatomy. Third, we have time gain compensation. TGC sliders fine-tune brightness from top to bottom. It helps balance the image vertically. If the base is too dark or the apex is too bright, this is your tool for regional adjustment. Adjust it until the image looks evenly illuminated. Then we have freeze. The freeze button stops the image, giving you the moment to inspect, measure, or save. Never try to measure a moving structure. Freeze first. And finally, we have the measure tool. Use it to assess chamber size, wall thickness, and valve dimensions. It is simple, powerful, and essential for documentation. These 5 controls are your Echo Image Rescue Kit. Master them, and you will never be stuck with a poor quality scan or inappropriate documentation. As you explore different echo machines from different vendors, the key is not to memorize the exact position of each button on every single machine. You shouldn't and you can't do that. Instead, focus on recognizing the patterns and understanding the function of each control. Over time, it becomes a second nature. If you are in front of a new machine, it will only take a few seconds to orient yourself and find what you need. With experience, this habit becomes effortless. Remember, it's all about knowing the tools by their function and not by their location or position. If you regularly use the same machine, muscle memory will take over, making the process even smoother. One of the most common rookie mistakes, randomly twisting all the knobs, hoping the image will fix itself. But that only creates chaos. Instead, take control. Know what each knob does, and more importantly, which one to adjust first based on the image problem in front of you. This isn't a guesswork, it's a precision. Master the big 5 and the chaos disappears. Let us deep dive in each of these functions. Depth. As we said, depth frames the image. Too deep like this one, and the heart looks small and lost. In reality, you are asking the machine to gather a lot of irrelevant information. Too shallow, like this one, and you miss key structures. This is inappropriate for anatomy. You are not aware of the surroundings. Your target, fill about 70 to 80% of the screen with your main structure, the structure of interest. Always start a bit deeper than you think you need. Then come up to the optimal level. This gives you important context. It lets you to see the surrounding anatomy, locate the heart, and understand your orientation. Starting too shallow, that's a setup for confusion. You risk missing structures or misinterpreting the image altogether. So the rule is simple. Start deep, get your bearings, then fine-tune to the correct depth. Let's get deeper into gain and time gain compensation, 2 of your core tools for image optimization. Overall gain controls the visual amplification of all returning echoes. It doesn't enhance the actual signal strength, only how it looks on the screen. Think of it like turning up the brightness on a photo that has been already taken. You are not changing the data, just how you perceive it. Set it too high, like this one, and everything becomes washed out, drowning in artifact and noise. You risk losing a lot of information. Set it too low, and crucial anatomy details fade into darkness, you might lose pathologies. A good target? The myocardium should appear mid-gray and well-contoured, not black and not snow white. Now, let's look at the TGC, the time gain compensation. It's your fine-tuning tool. Instead of boosting everything equally, TGC adjusts brightness at different depths. This is crucial because sound attenuates as it travels deeper, and we need to compensate for that drop-off. The goal? Achieve a uniform brightness. For example, in this clip, you can see that in the near field, the brightness is too high. With adjusting the sliders in the near field, you can achieve a uniform brightness throughout the image, like the one on the right, from near field to far field. You don't want a bright base or a dim apex or any kind of non-uniform appearance in your clip. It is important that you don't over-rely on gain to make up for poor image quality. If the proposition or your depth or the frequency is wrong, gain wouldn't save the day. It only adjusts your perception, not the performance. So don't over-rely on gain. Now let's talk about freeze and measure. Once you have the perfect view, hit freeze. This captures the best frame, for example, the LV at end diastole. You can achieve that clearly by the scroll button, by the trackball, to just go back and forth until you make sure that you are at the perfect spot that you need. Then at that time only you can measure. So only on a frozen image should you use the measure function or the caliper function. From there, the caliper function or the measure function allows you to take your basic measurements. Start simple: left ventricular end diastolic diameter, pericardial space, or IVC diameter. As a simple rule to prevent mistakes, don't ever try to focus on measurements on a live clip. Always scan, reach the perfect moment, then freeze, scroll, target your spot, then measure, and that's how you use the sequence every time. When you are scanning at the bedside, use this simple 4-step optimization loop, the DGFM. D for depth. Frame your target. Use it first. G for gain. Brighten just to clarity. F for freeze. Log the best moment. Then M for measure. Get your numbers. In resus, speeds matters, so you need this workflow. Remember it. DGFM. Right, well done. You've just mastered another foundational lesson in your journey to master echocardiography. Let's recap what we have learned and what to remember. Now you know the 5 controls that help you to optimize your echo in your daily practice. Remember that depth always comes first. Now you know when to adjust and how to adjust your image, but don't over-rely on these buttons, particularly if your image has poor acoustic window. It's not the culprit. Now you know what good looks like, and remember this workflow on the bedside echo. D for depth, frame your heart. G for gain, brighten just to clarity. F for freeze, log the best moment, then measure. Using DGFM will help you in your early steps. Wonderful. That's another lesson that we've just finished, and next up is another foundational lesson which is very crucial in your journey, the scanning environment. I will see you there.